let them bring you down, cause then you be on a level. Listen, I'm never giving up. Stand your ground, don't get too comfortable or too settled. Listen, I'm never giving up. When you hit rock bottom, it's only one way to go. Listen, I'm never giving up. Everybody got problems, how you handle them, no. Yeah, listen.
Hey, I'm John.
I'm Jonathan.
Welcome to the formula. That wasn't too bad.
It wasn't too bad. Yes, sir. Yeah, so we're doing this virtual thing here. We're actually giving you guys some content via visual. You guys be able to see us a little bit. We really appreciate y'all all just tuning in to all of our other podcasts. We're going to try to take a turn to definitely get us some more video out on our platform, so you guys be able to see us. Maybe hopefully we can have interaction, things of that nature. So today, John and I are going to be talking about the verdict of Chauvin. That is his name, right? Chauvin?
Derek Chauvin.
Chauvin.
However you say it.
Yeah, however you say it. Yeah, so it's, definitely this trial has definitely pulled a lot of heartstrings in a lot of directions. And it actually, for me, I do feel like it was great to see something different than the normal. Like, because I don't think there's any Black person in this nation or in this world that thought that, man, they're going to get away with it.
There was some.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah. What happened was this whole trial thing was very politicized.
Right.
So you have the Democrats or the left who felt like Derek Chauvin was guilty, and then you have people on the right or conservatives who felt like he may or may not have been.
Right. So maybe I said it wrong, because what I was saying is I don't think there's a Black person that thought he wasn't going to get away with it. Like, everybody thought he was going to get away with it.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Like, everybody on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, and what I don't understand is the politicizing issues like this. It's nothing to do with politics. It's human, like, it's human rights, it's human life. There's nothing political about human life until you get into, like, say, that was political. But there's nothing political about someone living or dying. There never should be, I should say. And that kind of bugs me, and it kind of hurts me, really, to think that some people only think about politics only think about politics in all situations, and definitely when it comes down to human life. No matter Black, white, don't matter. Human life isn't political.
Yeah, and policing in general shouldn't be political.
Mm-hmm.
It should be very straightforward, and there shouldn't really be any kind of ideology behind, whether or not, you support the police or not support the police, or you hate cops or you don't hate cops. It's not that simple.
Right. Yeah. So
he was found guilty of all charges.
Mm-hmm.
And considering the evidence, I mean, how could you not come to that conclusion?
Right.
Now, I hear that there was other video or like other evidence that wasn't presented, but I mean, I don't know what more could you have seen?
Right. The only thing I can think of, if you wanted to see something that actually showed that he purposely and intentionally did it, but I want to say, I want to lean on that side of he didn't purposely, like, when I say purposely, like, went into the situation like, I'm going to kill this guy today, you know? I hope that's not the case. But
that's probably not the case with most incidents of police brutality. I don't think it's like premeditated.
Right. I agree with that for sure.
Did you heard about Brett Favre and his comments?
Yeah, so yeah, I definitely wanted to touch on that.
He was pretty much saying the same thing. Like, it was like, I find it hard to believe that he intentionally did, so and so.
Right. But that's again, and that's the reason why he was charged with second, third-degree murder and manslaughter,
right?
And not with first-degree murder. So that's the thing. Like, that Brett Favre, he's been on the other side saying that he don't want politics in sports and all that stuff. But then he's speaking on politics in sports because he is part of sports, because he's Brett Favre, one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. So you can't sit and tell me you don't believe him. There shouldn't be politics in sports, but you speaking on these things.
Right.
All right. So it's contradictory what he's saying. He's definitely a hypocrite. So my thing with Brett Favre is, like, he's speaking on this, but he's not speaking on it the right way, because he was found guilty, second degree, third degree murder, and manslaughter. So, like you said, maybe it wasn't intentional. Like he said, I find it hard to believe Derek Chauvin intentionally meant to kill George Floyd. Okay, so that's why he didn't get charged with first-degree murder.
Right.
That's why he got charged with second and third-degree murder, because he didn't intentionally. So why are you speaking about it?
Right.
So he haven't said anything about the person getting killed yet. Like, that's my thing. Like, he don't care. Like, he's not showing any empathy of a person that lost their life. And that's very frustrating to me, for people that speak on this, not even thinking about the other side of the person that lost their life. So, and that's the politics in it right there. Like, you want to say you don't want politics in sports, but just for the simple fact you're not seeing both sides of what's going on, that's politics.
Yeah, and that lets everybody know where you stand, politically speaking. Right.
And I mean, just to run down, like, so the first degree murder, the degrees of murder here, it says, I looked up some of the definitions. It says, first degree murder is the most serious of all homicides. It involves any intentional murder that is willful and premeditated with malice aforethought. So yeah, that what they're saying, no, it wasn't intentional, it wasn't premeditated, but it was murder, second degree murder. Generally defined as intentional murder that lacks premeditation, is intended to only cause bodily harm and demonstrates an extreme indifference to human life. I think that's perfect, because he didn't even think about this human life with his knee in this man's neck
for damn near 9 minutes.
9 minutes. I get it. If I'm choking somebody, even if I'm in a fight, man, if I'm choking somebody and they telling me they can't breathe, bro, I'm letting up.
You gonna let up a little bit, at least.
I'm gonna let up, bro. I want to hold him down where he want. I want to keep him where he is, but I don't want to kill the man if he can't breathe. What you think he going? If somebody can't breathe, what you think is gonna happen? Like, really, what do you think is gonna happen? I don't get that. So then, like, then the third-degree murder, somebody could be accused of third-degree murder if they unintentionally cause someone else's death while committing a dangerous act. I mean, that's important. I mean, that was a dangerous act, and you killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that fits the bill. I don't understand why someone like Brett Favre or some of the other guys on Fox News and all this stuff, like, and well, how do you not get that was the type of murder? It was second and third degree murder. That's what happened. I get it. He didn't intend to. He didn't mean to. But just because
it wasn't premeditated,
right?
You know, it's still murder.
Still murder, right?
It's still murder.
So, yeah.
And apparently LeBron got in some heat because he made a comment on Twitter. And you heard about the shooting in Ohio?
Mm-hmm.
The girl?
Yep.
She was 15.
Heard about that. Did you see the video?
I saw some clips.
Okay. So
and LeBron was like, he posted a picture of that officer who killed her, and he said, "You're next," something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then LeBron deleted the tweet.
Right.
But, you know, again, people respond. It's all political. The way people respond to Brett Favre or LeBron James or whoever. For whatever reason, we politicize everything in this country. We politicize wearing masks. So,
right.
So it, you know, when it comes to police brutality, it's gonna be the same thing, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, yeah, the LeBron situation. I mean, I don't know the reasons why he took it down. There could be a lot of reasons why. You know, I'm pretty sure it's a good reason why he took it down because
he got some backlash, and that's why that's pretty much why he took it down. Like, people were telling him, "Yo, educate yourself first before you speak on this," and you're inciting violence against this officer and things like that.
Right.
Which that's not what LeBron meant. That's not the way I read it.
Yeah, because
LeBron meant, "Yo, you the next to be held accountable."
Right. Because nobody didn't incite violence against Chauvin, so I don't get where they get that from.
I don't understand where they coming from with that.
You're next.
Yeah, you next to be held accountable.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you feel about that situation as well? I mean, you said you seen some of that video?
Yeah, I saw some of it. You know, my thing is, and this has always been my thing, let's find less lethal ways of dealing with people like that. One, two, you know, I was online and like people were like, "Oh, what if that was your mom? What would you want the cop to do?" I would want the cop to find a non-lethal way of taking down the perpetrator or the person with the knife, even if it's my mom. So that's my thing. I just don't think, you know, we, for whatever reason, we give the police the right to kill people. And if I don't have that right to kill people, I don't think police should have that right to kill people.
Right.
So that's my thing. Like, I understand it was a situation and there was some kind of altercation going on. We don't know all the facts. We don't know all the details. So I'm kind of like withholding my judgment. But
Mm-hmm.
my thing is, I don't want the police killing anybody. I don't care if they're black, white, blue, purple, whatever. I don't want the police killing anyone. I don't think shooting someone multiple times should be the first option. And I don't think it should be the only option.
Mm-hmm. I'm torn with this situation because of the way it unfolded from what I've seen. Just based on what we seen on the video, he jumps out the car on a call that's, I guess the girl that actually got killed actually called the police
That's what I heard.
because she was getting jumped. Of course, they don't know who is who.
Mm-hmm.
She jumps out. One girl's getting stomped. One girl get knocked down, and two people is kicking and stomping her. And then the one person, because I didn't even, and from the video, I couldn't even really tell that was a female that actually had the knife.
Mm-hmm.
So she's kicking the one girl, turned around at the other chick with the knife, and he's just getting out of the car. Like I don't know. Like, of course, I feel like he should have at least he could say, "Hey man, I didn't try to kill her. I used the taser." Maybe he should have shot her with the taser, bam, and then we wouldn't have this situation. But we could, on the other end, but this is all hypothetical. We could, on the other hand, had the girl stab the chick that she was trying to stab.
Right.
But maybe the taser would have stopped that.
Maybe the taser would have stopped that, and he could have shot her with the taser and then tried to wrestle the knife away.
Right.
I don't know if he even identified himself before shooting.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know. But I mean, and again, I don't know what kind of training they get in regards to someone with a knife approaching someone else with a knife.
Right.
I've seen video where a guy had a knife and he didn't get shot. I've seen video where a guy had a knife and he did get shot.
Right.
I've seen video where a guy had a knife, he wasn't trying to stab anybody, and he got shot.
Right. Yeah.
So again, the inconsistencies is, I just want some consistency.
Right.
Every situation should be handled in a similar way.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have different police departments run by different cities or different towns or whatever, you might have different responses to different situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, man. This is tough times. I know it's always been tough times for black folks.
Yeah, I don't feel, I'm glad that the verdict came down the way it did. At the same time, I don't feel like anything has changed. The laws haven't changed. The way police are trained haven't changed. And moving forward, I just this hasn't really changed anything about my day-to-day life. I'm still very cautious, very skeptical of the police. I'm still very afraid, very petrified of the police. I still don't trust them fully.
Nope.
And I try to avoid them as much as I can. So this hasn't really changed anything about my day-to-day life. People say justice has been served. Again, I don't want the police killing anyone. That's my thing.
Yeah. Don't want police kill, and I feel some of my feelings is that we got kids to raise. We try to raise them the right way, try to get them to do the right things, and it's just one bad cop can end it. One bad cop can end me. Leave my kids without a dad. One bad cop can end anybody, any of my family members. You know what I mean? Because I just thinking about it. Always just go back to like, no, these cops don't know me. They don't know that I'm a good dude, that I'm out here in the community. They don't know this stuff about me. And that when they see me, they may see another black dude.
And you're a threat.
Just a black dude. That's all he see. Black dude, he might be a thug. Especially he got his hair braided like I got my hair braided right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He got hair. He's a thug because he got hair.
And you're wearing a hoodie.
And I'm wearing a hoodie, and I got facial hair. You know what I mean? So that's the things that kind of, it upsets me. It makes me mad. It makes me mad at some people that I used to call friends because they defend that kind of stuff, not even thinking that, it could happen to somebody that you call a friend. You know what I mean? And Shannon Sharp said it great, man. I love Uncle Shay Shay. But he said it great, man. He was like, if you say you have black friends and you don't empathize what we're going through, you don't have black friends. You know a black person. And that's different. That's totally different. Knowing a black person and being their friend is totally different. So really, like, don't call me. I had to disassociate with some of my friends that I thought that was my friends, white guys, because it's like, bro, I'm not your friend because you don't see that what this cop could do to me is wrong.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had to cut some people out of your life because
I had to.
This.
I had to, man. I had to. I cut some people out of my life. There's some people that I called leaders, and they mentored me a little bit, a lot of it actually for years and years. Way back when Tamir Rice, you know what I mean? When that stuff was popping off, and you know what I mean, and they was online, spewing crap, you know what I mean, defending, you know what I mean, the defending cops that killing black people and stuff like that. And I had to. That was it. Especially after, and the biggest one is Orlando Castillo. That's the one that really, really like changed my mind on everything. Because to that point, I could think like, dang, that person shouldn't have. You feel what I'm saying? Dang, that person, because that's what I've been told my whole life. If you comply, if you do what they say, you know what I mean? If you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you. All that stuff, it's a crap. You know what I mean? But then like I seen Orlando Castillo, like the cops asked, he tell the cops, hey, I have my license for this gun. It's in my glove compartment, wherever he said it was. He complied. He was nice. He had his wife on the other side. He got his kid in the back seat. He was compliant. He wasn't talking back, nothing. They told him to grab his license, and he went to grab his license. They killed him. So, dude, that changed everything for me. And when I seen white people defending that, that's what changed it for me. That's what I was like, okay, so you don't care about me. I see that right now. And I said that to some people, like, look, dude, you don't care about me because that could have been me. And one specific person was like, but Jonathan, you know what I mean? We know you. We know that you won't do this, you won't do that. I said, what did he do? He didn't do anything any different than I would have did. I would have complied. That dude told me to get my license. I was reaching to get my license. I got shot 3 times or whatever times he got. He got killed, dog. He got killed. He got shot and killed for doing what they told him to do. And nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to them.
Yeah, and that's why we thought nothing was gonna happen this time around.
Yep. And yeah, man, I cut off some people. I cut off some people, man. And it's like, okay, it's good riddance, man. You know what I mean? And they used to tell, that's the funny part is, the funny thing is they say, if your life is good or even better than when someone's in your life, you didn't need them in your life. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, dang, my life is much better without these people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because first of all, I don't like that they have no sense of a life other than the political party, because that's all. Everything that was saying was fueled by, I'm a Republican. This is how I should talk.
Exactly.
So, and I hate the political this, political that, bro. Just be a person, man.
Right.
Like, just be a person.
Yeah, I haven't had to cut anyone out of my life yet, but I have had to like kind of sort of distance myself from people because, like you said, I mean, they're actually, in some aspects, they're good people.
Yep.
So it's kind of hard. It's really weird how people compartmentalize, how they feel about these situations. And again, I'm all about consistency, and I see a lot of inconsistencies. Hold on one second.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't had to like, and again, I haven't really surrounded myself with people like that.
Right.
Like that, the opportunity just wasn't there. And I'm antisocial anyway, so.
Yeah.
So cutting people out of my life, for this reason, I haven't really had to do it yet. It almost got there though. Like it's almost got there with this one girl, but me and her still cool.
Cool. Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, I love everybody, man. I love all people. Black, white, Republican, Democrat, Independent. But don't let your political party come in between like life. You know what I mean? Treating people like human.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Treat people like they exist. You know what I mean? And don't make people feel less than, like, intentionally. Because I mean, to just follow in the political party, that's intentional. You have to actually actively do that. You're intentionally saying, not just because you're a Republican, because you can be a Republican and feel and love people and feel like people shouldn't be killed by the police. Like, what's wrong with that? I don't get that. What's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how we politicize all of this.
Yeah. What's wrong with
that? It's really a black and white thing. Like either the cop was guilty or the cop wasn't.
Right.
There is no, I don't understand how people politicize all of this.
Mm-mm.
And then they let their politics, kind of dictate how they feel about these situations. And yeah, I don't operate that way, so I don't get it.
Yeah. I don't get it either, John.
So, I mean, how do you think police? What changes do you think should occur as far as policing in this country?
That's tough, man.
Because I remember you mentioning like more like a community based, kind of approach to policing.
I would like that. I would like that kind of approach better than the intimidation approach. You know, because I feel like you can. I know I can. I can turn it on when I need to, but I can be really, really nice to people. You know what I mean? Like I'm a football official. You feel what I'm saying? I'm really nice. You know what I mean? I interact with the kids when I'm on the football field. You know, they interact with me. You know, they talk to me and everything. But when it's time for me to enforce something, I can enforce it. And it's by the rules. You know what I mean? Like, so you can a cop should be able to be trained or taught how to be that mediator first mentality. Let's be the mediator. Let's help someone out. Let's help first, and then if it becomes a threat, that's when you turn it on. Like, and I just think that you should. I do think that they should go in and start to try to build up the communities, and some of this funding for the police. I go back to that. Some of this funding for the police, maybe I could go into the communities, because I mean, what's the police for? The police the communities. How about we stop as much policing of the communities and start building those communities up, so we won't need the police in those communities. You know what I mean? You don't have police in the communities that's just sitting around waiting to do something, waiting for something to pop off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So they can be a police, so they can go in and be the hero, be the police. You know what I mean? So if you do cut that back, I feel like you won't have as many of those deadly encounters. If you bring that, I know it'll take time for people to really understand that they're there to help, and that don't say that there's not, you know, really bad people in the communities. There's still going to be bad people in the communities, and I feel like, but if you have that training and that thought process going in, that, you know, we need to help this person out first, versus we need to cancel the target. It's a target instead of a person. I think that'll help out.
Yeah, somebody asked me, "Oh, what if it was a psychopath who tried to attack your mom with a knife?" And I'm like, first of all, if we had a better healthcare system, we wouldn't have psychopaths out in the streets attacking people. So, like you said, you know, we spend a lot of money on police. We could divert those funds to healthcare, to education, because it's really about, we should be in the business of crime prevention. And I feel like the police, what they really do is crime reaction. They react to crimes that already happened. I think we should be in the business of preventing crimes from happening in the first place.
Right.
And, you know, healthcare, mental health, that's a big issue in this country. I also think we should legalize drugs, cannabis in particular, if not all, but at least cannabis. Legalize sex work.
Legalize what?
Sex work, prostitution.
Sex work?
Yeah, legalize it.
Right.
what I'm trying to say is, we ask a lot from the police. If we could kind of like lower their workload, I think that would create better environment, better situation for the police. I think we ask the police to do too much. We ask them to be mediators and doctors and, you know, all kinds of stuff. I think we should alleviate some of that from the police, to where the police don't have don't have to deal with all of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, house the homeless, legalize cannabis, legalize sex work. That's a lot of, the war on drugs is a lot of what the police deal with. If you kind of like alleviate all that stuff from and take it off of the hands from the police, then I don't know. I think we will see less incidents.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should.
Drugs,
What happened?
the war on drugs. I think that was. When you talk about cannabis, I don't feel like cannabis is a drug.
I mean,
because cannabis is a plant, right?
But what are most drugs? Aren't most drugs plant based?
No, they have a plant in it, like cocaine. But they have to put different other things in it to make cocaine.
Okay, so they have to kind of chemically manufacture some of these other
right.
stuff.
Right. So yes, a cocoa leaf, but they got to do something to make it as cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
Like with marijuana, you don't have to do anything with marijuana.
You can just grow it.
Right, it's a plant, and it's not like it's a genetically modified plant or something. It's a plant that grows. Like it has a seed. It's not genetically modified. It grows naturally. I don't think that's a drug. It don't make people go crazy. You're putting other stuff in it. It does.
Mm-hmm. When you lace it.
Yeah, if you lace it, yes. And I mean, hey man, these people lace food every day with with sugars and all these additives that make you want to have it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But like marijuana, I just that thing again that's they targeted black people because white folk were smoking that weed and doing powder. They were doing the powder a whole lot more than we were.
Yeah,
black people were.
As far as usage, I think it's about the same between like all the races.
Mm.
Like white people use drugs just as much as we do.
Right. So I don't feel like we should like make like heroin and cocaine legal.
Okay. So you don't want to legalize all drugs, but cannabis, you're down for that.
Cannabis, I don't feel like it's a drug. It's a plant. Heroin, you got to stick that in your arm, right? Mm-hmm. I think, right?
I think, I don't know.
Cocaine, you snort it, right? I mean, that's crazy. Like, yeah, those drugs, heroin and stuff. I don't think you should legalize that.
Okay.
Because that'd be crazy. But marijuana, I mean, you smoking cigarettes. People smoke cigarettes every day, bro.
Yeah, and I think alcohol causes more deaths.
Alcohol, dude, come on. Come on, man.
Than cannabis.
Alcohol kill people all the time. And marijuana, I haven't seen a study yet that they say that marijuana, you can overdose on marijuana, and marijuana made somebody kill somebody.
But I have seen studies, or I have seen a documentary that suggests that cannabis cure cancer. So there's the medicinal aspect of it too.
Mm-hmm.
That once you legalize it, then everybody can research and find ways to cure all these diseases possibly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I never smoked, man, but if I needed like anxiety medicine or something like that, I'd much rather smoke some marijuana than to pop have those pills that I can get addicted to.
Right, the opioids.
Yeah, and then you go into other stuff that leads you to other stuff. The marijuana don't do that.
Yeah, they say marijuana's a gateway drug. I've experimented with marijuana.
No.
And it wasn't a gateway drug for me.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that. I don't believe it's a gateway drug. I think if you're smoking it for the right reason, if it's just to chill, relax, man, you just chill, relax. You know what I mean? You just chill and relax. If you need it for, like, some people just use it just to relax, man, relax their mind. I mean, from the stress every day.
Yeah, and technically that's a medical benefit.
Yeah, medical benefits. Some people use it to like a lot of football players and athletes. You know what I mean? They say it alleviate pain.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't we use that instead of them drugs that these guys get addicted to, right? So I just think that marijuana is something that we really need to, like, really invest in, and that's politicians, and that's the thing. They make that they made it a black person, a way to put black people in jail, so they got to stick to it. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel. Now we got to stick to it. We got to stick to the fact that it's a bad thing because we associated that with black people.
Yeah, and there's just not enough evidence out there to suggest that cannabis is any more harmful than alcohol.
Right.
So, and again, I mean, that's one, if you do that, that's one less thing that the cops have to worry about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, we should be trying to make their job as easy as possible.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. So,
yep.
We good? We gonna wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right. Make sure you follow us, like, subscribe, share at The Formula Production on Instagram, at The Formula Pro on Twitter. And check out our podcast. You can find our podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google. So check us out. And until next time, faith, dream, hustle, repeat.
That's the formula.
Don't ever let them bring you down, cause then you be on a level. Listen, I'm never giving up. Stand your ground, don't be too comfortable or too settled. Listen, I'm never giving up. When you hit rock bottom, it's only one way to go. Listen, I'm never giving up. Everybody got problems, how you handle them, no. Yeah, listen.